Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it is, wherever you are. Welcome. I'm Steve Holzer with SIMLAB, and today I'm going to bring you World Meets SIMON. SIMON is a total management platform system that allows you complete access to all information, equipment, furnishings, and data for your home, office, apartment, store, factory, or just any type of facility. It's all secured in a cloud accessible environment, meaning that you can access it anywhere in the planet from any type of device that has a browser, whether it be your phone, a tablet, iPad, computer, desktop computer, any kind of a workstation. So we're finding people using this in many different ways across not just homes, not just offices, but some unique applications that you'll see under the hood here, some of the inside tools that we have that are probably a little different than things you've seen before. So anyway, with that, let's get started on today's talk. Is again, it's an introduction to SIMON. So feel free to put questions in the chat. If they're relevant at the time, I don't mind being interrupted. I'm happy to ask them or answer them as we go along. So don't hesitate, don't be shy. And if nothing else, if at the end there are other questions, I'll be glad to look at those, as well as feel free to reach out to us directly. You can send us an email at info@simlabinc.com, info@simlabinc.com, and we'll be happy to respond to those with an email or get in touch with you with a phone. So anyway, my screen is shared. You're seeing our actual SIMLAB Inc. homepage and some of our solutions, and that's what we are. We're a digital solution for a digital twin solution, for property owners. So a lot of people talk about digital twins. It's kind of the new, let's say, not buzzword, but it's quite popular right now. And what is a digital twin? Well, in all honesty, often people look at a digital twin as something that is created after a physical entity is built. And that may or may not be the case. One of the things that we want you to understand is that a digital twin, in terms of SIMON, is actually able to real time at that same moment allow you to manage, see, and look at not just static information like warranties and specifications or service manuals for your equipment, but also see real time using IoT and sensors if you have those also within the interface. So let's go ahead and head out to simon.com. So one place to access that here is through our website. Go to Simon, and it'll take you to the actual simon.com site. This is specific to SIMON. This is where you can log in. Plus, you can also see and learn. There are a number of videos here to find out a little bit more about it. If you want, actually some tutorials to get started, and other examples to take a look at as well. So, and then there's some of our pricing structure in place for you also. So I'll try not to scroll too fast. Right now, we're still in the public test alpha version, so we invite you to join that. You can simply register here. I've already logged in. I'm going to use our demo account today. It has a number of different situations on it, so we use this internally to share. Today, as you can see, any account, or excuse me, any property that I have had a share done as a collaborator or an owner is available to me to select. Many of you may not have this many. Some larger organizations may have hundreds. So this is where all the properties are listed that you have access to. Today, for most of our time, we're going to go into the red house. It's kind of that's where we're going to give you the tease. This is kind of a great use case. It's I won't say it's on steroids, but it's certainly highly equipped, both as relative to assets and devices. So what's the difference? Assets and devices. Assets are really static items. It gives you information, but they may have devices or IoT attached to them. And we'll go through that in a little deeper dive as we move through. Our main menu is always available over here in the, affectionately we call this the hamburger. So I'm going to click on the hamburger now that we're in this house, and I'm going to start at the bottom up. We just came from property, so I'm going to go for the bottom up because we have arranged these in the order that they're typically most used. So normally the 3D walk, which is what we have open on the screen right now, is where you're going to go into view, enter, navigate. We're going to come back to that. I'll save that for last, because let's just walk through the rest of the items available in the menu. So browse properties, that's where we just were. Again, this is just meant to be a high level overview. We're going right back into the red house. Once we're in and it's loaded, we will go, I'll show you preferences. Preferences are where you're able to somewhat skin this to be your units of measure. You know, are you using Celsius or Fahrenheit, Kelvin for temperature, watts? That's all we have right now in that, kilowatt hours or joule. These are different things globally, and as the system evolves, we'll be doing that as well. So we'll just leave it at that for our preferences. Pretty simple. Settings. A little more happens under the hood here. So under the settings, it's the general property information. You can give it a name, address, zip code, location, and also you're able to edit it here. So you can update any of the information as need be, which probably isn't going to happen real often. The next one is users. This is where some of the real magic starts to happen. You can have pretty much unlimited users, but a user does need to be registered in the SIMON system and have a license in order to actually be given permissions to log in. And the next dive, so this is each individual user, and I can manage what their roles, what their responsibilities are, or even have types of roles, as in, you know, movies. So if somebody wanted to have the movie role, which allowed them all the functions of the entertainment system, that could be a specific role. So we can set up role templates, and this is where you'll see a little more of the granularity. And I'm just going to set up a test role here. So in this test role, I have general privileges, which give me, you know, if I can edit the apartment info, if I can create rooms, users, and roles, if I can import devices, any of these things. So those are the general privileges. Then by room, each room itself, as you identify a room, with devices, with assets, each room is a separate entity. So you can allow people, again, the granularity of view, edit, create assets, create devices, or no access at all. And I'll tell you some use cases where this really becomes valuable down the road. Devices, this is down to even a more granular level. It's within a room, within the garage, we have a camera plug. And again, each of these, can you view it? Can you see it on screen? Can you control it? Can you turn the lights on and off? Can you edit what that device is doing and about, or just click no access to that device at all? Devices and assets are similar. Again, this is the difference between what I call real time. The device would be something real time. It's reporting sensor data. It's reporting valid real time data. Assets typically store more static information. You know, the warranty book, photographs, descriptions, instructions, all of those. So, and again, same thing here. Assets, obviously, they don't have all of the functionality of devices, but assets are available to be viewed, edit, or again, no access to these at all. So it's really up to you to configure as granular as you want. Scenes are one other. It'll import scenes that may be set up in your IoT systems and setups. You know, open the curtains, close the curtains, front lights off. Some people set up scenes that are different times of day. It may be in a business, it may be for open hours and closing hours. So there's any number of scenes that can be set up to manage and control devices that Simon can also absorb. So we're not going to save this because this is a real property. So that's the end of the property settings. Let's take a quick peek here at providers. So what's a provider? So when you initially set up Simon, right now we support Samsung SmartThings as in terms of home automation. We support KNX and Schneider Electric's Wiser system as far as integrating components of SmartThings and smart home devices, as well as Fibro. And I'll give you a tease later on about a few of the other ones that we're going to be adding to the complete ecosystem of Simon and its devices. So if you have any of those, and you don't have to have any home automation at all, or any facility automation, that's not a requirement of Simon. Simon, again, as I said, it's a management system, an information management system for any property. And so the home automation or the building automation aspects are really another big advantage that overlays the static data. So anyway, we're not going to add or remove any connections because that would take away our current settings of the Fibro that is in the house. Let's go look at our dashboard. Now, what you're going to see here, this is what normally, there are other home automation management systems, even home asset management systems for static, for equipment, manuals, and everything else. But this is normally what you get. It's a very 2D, almost just barely above a spreadsheet aspect. But I don't know where this door plug is. I don't know where this quarter plug is. I mean, unless I could write a paragraph, it's 3 meters down the hall on the left side if you just came in from the front entry door. But that's a little bit cumbersome. So we have a better way of dealing with it. But this lists all devices and per room. Again, they're organized in a room by room level. Assets, same way. Obviously, the assets are not going to have all of the controls. They're strictly if we want to go see what the fireplace asset is, we can click on it here and we can see we have a photo of it, a video. Okay, good. We got a full 10 hours of our fireplace burning. Documents. This is a PDF of, well, it's obviously our demo has not been hooked up to Connect. And events, and we'll get into events a little later on. I'll talk more about that, but suffice it for now to say that our system gives you a complete maintenance scheduling, billing scheduling, reminder system for any particular device or asset. Rooms are, again, just what they are. If you already have, say, a Samsung SmartThings or a Fibro system set up, and you're managing that with a single app of that, Fibro or Samsung, and you have rooms set up, those will all be imported into Simon when you initially connect that provider. And again, with the scenes, again, these are not where you set them up. These are where you can see them, manage them, use them. I'm not going to turn these on or hit them right now because it would be impacting the red house. So that's the dashboard, which again, it's really the old standardized system that many of you are probably dealing with right now as a user interface. Time for the magic. This is what separates us. Here we are back at the beginning, the 3D walk. So we have taken all of what normally you would see in that dashboard and we've placed it in an actual 3D environment of a Matterport scan. So in the 3D walk, it's a navigable area. Many of you, I'm sure, are familiar with Matterport. They've been around quite a while. They've been used heavily in real estate sales, even apartment sales, in so many, building navigation and tours. They allow you just to just walk through and view at any point in time. Notice as I move, it's up here, it's changing what room I'm in. So we're in the corridor entry room. It will also change the devices that I have available to me as I'm in each room. So we'll go back to the salon. Another way that I can jump, and I'll do that in a minute, is we have this jump to room. So I can pick any room I want to go to quickly and get to that room. But let's stay here for just a minute and show you some of the other things that you may be wondering what they are. So right now we have a list of devices over here on the right. We can also list out our assets. So this icon would be our devices. Our assets here, and we can expand those. There's technical data, as this is what we saw before in the dashboard, same thing. We can actually click on the icon and it'll take us to that particular device in the floor plan. So it's tagged in this XYZ location. So now we are at the fireplace. We can jump to the, let's go to another device because that's kind of a little bit more interesting. Let's go look, where is the Roomba? I can click on the icon. It'll take me to the location of the Roomba in the plan. Pardon the slowness here. I'm not only running the webinar, but also a video and the system, and my my poor little computer is breathing kind of hard. So back inside, there's our Roomba right there. We can actually, if I have the correct permissions, I can turn the dining lamp on and off. Now, it will not be reflected in the state here because, again, this is a Matterport scan of a 3D space. But all content, all devices are located, and these icons, the fact that the light is green, that tells me that there's power. It tells me this is real time, that this is drawing 7.7 watts right now. So either somebody's home watching TV, which may be possible, or not. So any device that has a IoT or a smart sensor will be able to tell us if it's on, if it's off, and in that this is all dependent on what that particular brand of device will give us. So I just clicked on, this is the salon motion, temperature, and luxometer. And it's at 24.5 degrees Celsius in the room, real time. These are real time measurements. So let's go to jump to our room. And let's go upstairs. This is to, I'm going to call this is the really busy, a busy space. So this is the TV room upstairs. And as you can see, there is a lot going on in here in terms of devices. And again, this is probably an exceptional system. This particular home, they've obviously really embraced technology in a large way. So you can see that this particular, right now, this particular outlet is drawing, click on it, it's the sound system, it's drawing 38.7 watts. So again, it's must be playing right now. Each of these devices, you can see real time what they're doing. Again, back to even finishing materials. So in this particular case, they recorded what the white paint was, what brand it was, where it came from. The sofa. Let's look and see a little bit about it. It came from AEK. We got a photograph of the catalog that it originally was in. The TV. In this case, we have information about when it was purchased, how long the warranty is, and the catalog number showing the remotes. Another good thing to have here could be a link to a service provider, anything like that. Notice the warranty period. The reason I say that is it is possible to schedule, as you can see here, we have a number of things scheduled. The end of the kettle needs to be descaled on the 21st of June. There needs to be a fireplace inspection done on 28th of July. Get ready for fall. Got a party coming up, make a cake. So this is a complete reminder system that can be attached to any, not just IoT, but any device within a particular property. So what are a couple other use cases? This is just a single family residence here. There are some other, let's go to properties, and some other examples that we have of how our SIMON system can be and is being used is, we'll call it a vacation home use case. In this case, through the granularity of the permissions, the owner can grant a login to a temporary tenant or a long-term tenant, and only give them access to certain aspects of it. Maybe some of the common systems, some of the mechanical systems. There's no need for a tenant to have access. In the case of a short stay, a 1 week vacation home rental, that's even more reason to have, the asset information, other things such as, let's go to the bedroom. A lot of times these vacation homes, they will list the locations or where the additional sheets are, things like that, not just the IoT's devices, but the owner could see if a door was left open. The owner could see if a thermostat was left on when it's not occupied any longer. Each of those things. For a tenant, a temporary tenant coming in, it's a great advantage to them to be able to know how to operate the stove. So be able to look at that that instruction manual. In this case, there's a water sensor in case the sink had been left on or a pipe had broken when nobody was in there. These are great things to have to use for a vacation home that's not often utilized and taken, someone living in it full time. There is also, this may not be the example, I may be in the wrong example for this, but there's also a great benefit for vacation homes to use, locate like the extra towels. Where are the extra towels? Where's the ironing board? What's the Wi-Fi and what's the Wi-Fi password? All these types of things. So as you can see, there's many use case types of buildings, facilities. This is a legal office of a lawyer, and their particular office to manage in case, again, something got left on. She has multiple lawyers that work in and out there at different hours. This is SIMLAB's own new office, and we can see what's happening in there real time. So Marek, our CEO, can check and see who's working based on the current draw on the plugs for the various computer stations and so forth that he wanted. Anyway, let me make sure. I think I've gone through most of the high-level assets. Again, this is meant to be just a short intro, just to give you a quick overview and really hopefully generate some questions. We'll see what has come in while I've been working through and navigating through. It appears, do I need a Matterport scan to use SIMON? Yes, at this time. That's one of the beautiful things about the SIMON product. It is based on a user interface that's going to be familiar to anyone, any family member. You don't have to be a technical type person to understand the context of any of the assets of any of because everything is located in a 3D space and in where it's really located in that building. So these things are the context makes them much more usable to anyone. It also allows you to monitor and manage the energy utilization and start watching, where you're maybe having high levels of energy utilization that don't need to be. Let's see what else. Will there be support for other systems like Google Home? Yes, those are on our roadmap. The next one, I believe, unless it's changed in the last few days, is Matter. Matter is an interoperable, let's call it interface for various other platforms as well. But understand that systems like the Schneider Electric Wiser supports a complete ecosystem of devices. Samsung SmartThings supports not Samsung devices alone. They have over 300 brands of IoT devices that they integrate with and are interoperable with. Bose, Sony, many. There's a large list of those. So another question, what will the subscription fee cost? I think I had that up on our homepage here for, and so feel free to go out here right now. We're still in public alpha. We're looking at, private use for a home is at 10 euros or US dollars per month. There is a free version, and it's for a single property with 4 users. You can have just only up to 10 IoT devices, and you get 100 megabytes of cloud space. It's enough for just about any, let's call it small office or single family home or apartment. So the family license is really, again, it's up to 3 properties and 6 users. So this is if you had a summer house or even a small landlord that had a few offices that they were working with. For any kind of enterprise systems, get with us here. I'll share with you the email address, and we can get you set up with that. As well as one other question here: what about reseller programs? Same thing. Now we do offer great incentives for resellers. Matterport resellers already have a lot of customers that are looking for these types of solutions. So reach out to us at SIMLAB. Again, info@simlabinc.com. That will come to us, and we'll get it to the right person, and to make sure that you get all the information and that you need. But nothing else for now. Head on out to sign up. Again, I'm logged in, so it's going to show login, but you're able to sign up and join right here. And again, it took me right to it since I'm already logged in. But you will get a sign up page and be able to set up for your own login and to get started. So that's it for today for SimOn. Hope we gave you some information to pique your interest, and look forward to you registering. And again, one more time, info@simlabinc.com. That's SIMLABINC.com. Looking forward to hearing from you. Don't forget to join us on Thursday, same time, same place, for our other platform, Stages. World Meets Stages on Thursday. See you then. Thanks. Bye.